Lalah, welcome to Mi-Soul.
Thank you.
Southport 52. It's been a minute since we last spoke.
Not too long.
Not too long.
Yeah.
And this is your first ever Southport, isn't it?
Absolutely. I can't believe it's the last ever Southport.
It's the last ever Southport, yeah.
It's amazing. I'm glad to be here. I love soul music. You know, that's my base. And so to be here celebrating the arc of it is really lovely.
And on stage, absolutely smashed it as you always do.
Thank you.
Loads of vocal acrobatics.
Thank you.
The famous 3 notes in one.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to have to retire that in a minute. I don't want to start hitting the high note every single song. So.
And always your live experience is different to the recorded experience. But recently you did a crowdfunding exercise to do a live album, didn't you?
I did. I Pledge Music funded a live album. I recorded it at the Troubadour, which is where my dad recorded his live album in 1971. And I'm so excited. It was such a surreal moment to come full circle, to have listened to that record all my entire life, and to be recording a record in that same space was really incredible for me.
Okay, I mean, on a number of levels, it's an amazing thing to do, because obviously your live show, as I was saying, is something completely different to your recorded show. So to capture that is important.
Absolutely.
But also, I guess, partly as a tribute to your dad as well.
Yeah, I mean, in a lot of ways, to try to step onto that stage for me was a really daunting task. I opened the show with Little Ghetto Boy, so I really just tried to get into it as soon as possible.
And did you do any other covers of your dad's songs as well?
I did.
What else did you do?
I can't tell you.
Oh, okay.
You'll see it. We also did a DVD.
Oh, wow.
So you'll be able to see the whole show.
When's it actually out?
Hopefully, probably middle of fall, middle of fall.
Okay. And since we last spoke, there's been some Grammys.
Well, there's only been one new one, I think, since we last spoke. But now I have
Snarky
2,
Puppy.
which is amazing.
Yeah.
And Robert Glasper, Jesus Children. It has also been really incredible to win Grammys for songs that are so old. To win Grammys for covers, I think has been extraordinary.
Although you recorded the Brenda Russell track before, didn't you?
I did. I recorded it in probably 1989 or 1990, and then re-recorded it with Snarky Puppy a couple years ago.
And got the Grammys. How did the whole Snarky Puppy thing come about?
I know their drummer, whose name is Robert C. Wright. We call him Sput. I actually know him as a keyboardist and a composer. I've known him probably 15 years or so, and he said, you should come play with my band. And I just went. Good decision, huh?
And then the Robert Glasper thing, how did that whole come?
Robert Glasper came to see me in New York, and we have been thick as thieves ever since.
And you've been touring quite heavily with him, haven't you?
Yeah, I go and we do a Stevie Wonder thing. I do his shows. I really love the experience of playing with the Robert Glasper experiment. There's nothing else like that I have. So I really like playing with them. And
he obviously likes playing with you, because most of his concerts he brings you to them. So, and so what does the future hold for you? You've got the live album, but are you going to do another studio album? Or?
Yeah, I'm absolutely going to do another studio album. I will be in the thick of mixing this live album as soon as I get home in June. Also editing the live DVD and all of that. And really, I want to get on the road as soon as possible to start promoting that record. I really love the live arena for music, particularly for soul music. It's kind of a lost art.
Yeah.
And which is why this festival is so awesome.
And you're the master at the live stuff. So
thank you very much.
So it's amazing to have that. So in terms of the future and recording stuff, with the live album, are you releasing it yourself? Are you going through a label, or?
Well, we will see. I don't know. I mean, the people pledged and backed it and funded it, and so I might take on some folks to help me get it to as many people as possible.
So what made you go down that route, the sort of crowdfunding route, as opposed to putting it out through a label and stuff?
I think that the crowdfunding is the way to go. I think it's a really great way and a really neat way to get the people involved in the project. It's a really great grassroots marketing thing. You know what I mean? Everybody knows about it that pledged. I think it's a great way to keep it on people's minds while we're leading up to making the record. So I really like being able to talk directly to the people that support me and get their immediate feedback on stuff and let them know that the $10 they sent or whatever for the record goes to making the record.
And you've always been quite progressive and groundbreaking in terms of using digital platforms. It's like when you did the remixes and stuff of your album, and one of the remixes, Brandon Williams, is now an artist in his own right.
Yeah.
He's putting out his own album.
Absolutely.
And so to a certain extent you helped develop the beginning of his career.
Well, thank you. Yeah, he's great.
So where does all this sort of progressive thinking come from?
I'm really sort of a geek, and really into being able to communicate with people on that level. I'm really, like a gamer and a techie and into gadgets. And so for me, the internet and starting that website when I did in 1998 was a way to communicate with people that I hadn't been able to before.
Yeah.
For people from here, people from Amsterdam, people from Sweden, Australia, folks that otherwise I would never have met or been able to share ideas with or talk about music with, I was able to do at my little website. And I still find that process really important to my artistry, is being able to communicate with the fans and see what they're talking about.
And what stuff would you like to do in the future using those sort of platforms and stuff?
I don't know. I think, there's a lot of platforms that will allow you to write a song, start a song, and then send it out and get people to write on it. I've seen that. Start a movie, get people to add on to it like that. I really like the idea of the fact that every individual is an artist in some way. You may not paint, you may not draw or dance or make music, but your whole life is your art. And every time
everyone has creativity.
That's right. And whenever you step out the door, you are creating your art, you're creating your life. And so I would like people to get more in tune with that.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, good luck with the future. Thank you very much for coming to see us at Mi-Soul.
Thank you.
And look forward to the album, the
Absolutely.
new live album.
Lalah Hathaway live. Amazing, huh?
Thank you.
Thank you.